Welcome back to another edition of Music Monday from the podcast Nurture the Mind. I am your host, Cole Poots, and here we are with another music reaction, another Music Monday. The last 2 weeks have been more so centered around, political topics, things that are going on in the world. You know, last week we did Jason Aldean, Try That in a Small Town. And then the week before we did Oliver Anthony, Rich Men, North of Richmond. And this week I didn't really have an idea. I didn't really know what I wanted to listen to. So I went back into my music library on my phone because I am so backlogged right now with all these albums that have come out over really this year that I haven't stayed caught up with because I get so busy and I just forget to check on it. So today we are going to be listening to one of my favorite artists of all time. I got posters of him on the wall. Flower Boy right there, IGOR on the top. There's one that you can't see, but it's a lemon head. It's Tyler, the Creator. And I think it was maybe, I don't know how many months ago, he came out with the Estate Sale, which is basically the deluxe edition of the album that he dropped back in 2021, which was Call Me If You Get Lost, which was not one of my favorite Tyler, the Creator projects. But there's a lot of good songs on there. It's a really interesting story because he talks about how basically the whole narrative of the album is him trying to get with this chick, but she has a boyfriend and they're being kind of flirtatious, and then he ends up getting his heart broken. But the entire album, for the most part, is a gigantic flex. And the Estate Sale, I've actually gone through the entire album. I left the last song off of the Estate Sale, Sorry Not Sorry, to review. There's a song, probably 2 songs before that. I think it's called Heaven to Me. And Heaven to Me, I really enjoyed it. I kind of wish that I would have reviewed that song before I went to this one. Because in Heaven to Me, there's just such this potent message of him talking about when he gets to be 40, and when he starts settling down and having kids, and how he would take his kid out to ride bikes and show the kid how to pop a wheelie. And then him and his wife, presumably at the time, would maybe spend like a Sunday afternoon going to like an orchestra or a play. And I just love that image that he's depicting for himself as he moves into the future, because that's something that I want to. Maybe not the exact same scenario. I don't really care to go to orchestras or plays or anything of that nature, but I want a family. I want to settle down. I want to find a partner and start having kids. And that's always kind of been in the back of my mind, or maybe I should say in the forefront of my mind. I just didn't know when that was going to happen. I mean, you can't really plan for those things. I'm 26, so it doesn't have to happen right away, but eventually I would like for it to happen. So today, too much talking, we're going to get into Sorry Not Sorry. It is literally the last song on the Estate Sale, so I'm hoping it follows somewhat of the same theme that I listened to on Heaven to Me, because it's the subject matter that he was talking about on that song. It seems like, you know, Tyler, the Creator, is getting a little bit more into his sensitive side, which I love to see from artists, because like I said, most of the album of Call Me If You Get Lost was a big flex for this guy, because let's face it, there's a lot of things that he could flex about, and I like the duality of artists when they're able to show not only that braggadocious side, but then the other side of them that is human, that experiences emotions, feelings, gets down on themselves sometimes. So anyways, we're going to listen to Sorry Not Sorry off of Call Me If You Get Lost, the Estate Sale by Tyler, the Creator. And we're also going to add in the music video. Let's see what it has to offer. Already, I like the instrumental. Oh, DJ Drama.
Excuse them all. Yeah, I could have made a better choice. I mean, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Yeah.
Yo, that is fucking wild. He's got all the different versions of Tyler on there. You see Cherry Bomb, you see Call Me If You Get Lost, you see Igor, fucking Flower Boy, fucking Golf Wang, or wait, what was Wolf was one of his albums, and then The Dude in the Mask is it's his first album. I think it's called Bastard. I'm not entirely sure. Dude, that's fucking wild. That's a wild throwback right there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I don't see you more. I'm sorry that the 4 minutes when you see a song could feel like a chore. Since I'm sorry I'm the kid. Sorry we ain't close as we should have been. Sorry to my old friends. Stories we could have wrote if our egos didn't take the pen. Sorry to the freaks I let on. Who thought their life was gonna change cause I gave them head on. But instead I sped off. Yeah, I know I'm dead wrong. Sorry to the guys I had to hide. Sorry to the girls I had to lie to. Who ain't need to know if I was by the lake switching ties to. Anyway, I don't wanna talk. Sorry if you gotta dig. For info I don't wanna give, so you start with make a vid just to talk about my private life cause you weird. Like that good this year, that's none of your biz. Give enough for my all in your place, my personal space. Y'all don't need to be a pop. I'm sorry, I don't wanna link. And small talk over dinner, I don't even drink. Can't guilt trip me, I'm ice cold rolling drink. Nigga, wait the road, don't assume niggas is cool. Stay in your pocket, this is cool. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to be like special, everybody got problems, Sorry, I'm not empathetic. Sorry, you think I'm pathetic. Sorry, I don't want to broke down. Sorry, I don't know your pronouns. I don't mean no disrespect.
Sorry, I don't know your pronouns.
Oh, I'm out of touch and I'm a jerk. A bank account can never match my worth. Get money here, this arm of the earth. I'm polluting air with chemicals and dirt. These cars ain't gonna buy them Johnny cells. What the hell you think I work for? Not tonight, it's wrong, stay the same. Sorry to the fans who say I changed. Cause I did. Sorry, you don't know me on a personal level to pinpoint what it is. Sorry to my ancestors. I know I'm supposed to fight, but this ice shining brighter than a black man's light. I'ma make it right. In the meantime, I get some advice. Why these blood diamonds getting clean? Nigga, fuck the price, spin it then again. I can't say niggas, I'm not Superman, but I could try. I'm sorry, I'm pretentious. Sorry that the talent, not as passion is missing. Sorry when I talk my shit and I can back it up with confidence. You get you niggas tripping, man. Fuck the numbers, fuck a hook. You put me on the stage and I'll show you the difference. Let me see y'all hit the stage. Let me see y'all write a page. Let me see you make a decision. I made a claim that I don't know about. Minimum wage, just Section 8 water when they catch up out on the stretch. When niggas ain't get impressed by niggas hopping gay. Thinking it's normal cause you ain't supposed to make it past 18. No escape, the figure 8 cycle. And I promise this is like a die. I'ma make a way, and I did. Feel good, work paid off. Now we gon' celebrate. When niggas claim you ever can when they came in late. Some moments of feeling great, so they aim. Duck, shot right back. Sorry, not sorry. I got 2 words. Fuck 'em.
Oh shit, dude.
You say so.
Oh my god, dude. There is so much to touch on in this song. I'm geeking out right now because Tyler, the Creator, is one of those artists that I basically grew up on. If you guys know me, I've talked about my musical influences of, Mac Miller, Earl Sweatshirt, Tyler, the Creator. I mean, Earl Sweatshirt and Tyler, the Creator were literally in Golf Wang, Odd Future, that whole collective. I mean, Tyler is like Earl Sweatshirt's big brother. Earl has alluded to that in some of his lyrics from songs, that came early in his discography. And there's other artists in there too, but I literally started listening to Tyler probably back in 2011. The first song that I heard was Yonkers, and I was immediately captivated. Wolf is still one of my favorite albums of all time. That came out, I believe, in early 2013, so I would have been still in my sophomore year of high school, but I remember bumping that album all the fucking time. And what's so cool about this music video is in the beginning, it opens up the curtain like you're on a stage, and it's got the current version of Tyler, the Call Me If You Get Lost, kind of where he's at right now. And then it has all those previous versions. You got IGOR, which came before Call Me If You Get Lost, and then before that is Flower Boy, and then before that is Cherry Bomb, and then before that is Wolf, and then before that is, I forget the, hold on, I don't want to mess up that first album that he put out. I can't remember the name. Goblin. It's not Bastard. I'm pretty sure there's a song on there. Is there a song on there that's called Bastard? No, Bastard is not on there, but Bastard is one of his songs. Anyways, it is so fucking cool because throughout the song, Sorry Not Sorry, he's how do I explain this? I'm like getting ahead of myself. He's rapping from, or singing, rapping, whatever. I don't think there's much singing in there. It felt more like rapping. He's rapping from the perspective of the former Tyler that used to exist. So kind of when he started flowing and going a little bit faster and getting, severely emotional, it was him and his previous body, coming from the album Goblin. And then there was a line in there where he said, sorry to the guys that I had to hide. And that's when, and then it veers back to him being in Flower Boy. And if you guys remember in Flower Boy, that is basically where Tyler admitted to the world through that album that he was bisexual. Still one of my favorite songs of all time. Oh God, what the fuck is it called? Garden Shed, and it's off of Flower Boy, and that is the song where he basically admits to the world that he's bisexual, and not necessarily that he's been hiding it. I mean, kind of hiding it, probably not trying to acknowledge it when he was younger, probably out of fear of like what people would think and if he would be judged. And so it's just such an interesting song and an interesting music video. Without the music video, I think it would be not necessarily harder to listen to, but I don't think you would get the full effect if you didn't have the music video along with it. That was a super cool experience to watch and to be a part of. Like I said, for my own selfish purposes, this guy right here, this artist, has had such an influence on me growing up in high school. They say that high school, and maybe even a little bit before that, those are some of your most formative years in terms of your taste, and the things that you're interested in. And, it wasn't just his music, but Odd Future as a collective, because they were an entire group. And then they had that comedy show on Adult Swim called Loiter Squad. They influenced fashion, just the creative nature of all the individuals that were a part of that group. Like, they did so many things. It wasn't just music. It was such a bigger context than that. And they burst onto the scene and they made an immediate impact. And it's so cool to even see Tyler, the creator, still having so much success now. Because if you think, like, he kind of burst onto the scene with his group back in 2011, well, now we're in 2023. So longevity is always, I think, the hardest thing for any artist, any athlete, anybody really. Whatever your craft is or whatever you choose to do for a career, longevity is the hardest thing to accomplish. And so it's good to see that he's still going. I mean, they even say, like, I can't remember who said this, but, even starting like a podcast or like a YouTube channel, most people, they don't get past, like, I don't know what it is. It's probably 5 to 10 videos, which makes me thankful that I've stuck with it, because now this one, when I release it, I believe on YouTube, it'll be my 170th video. And I've been doing this now for close to almost 4 fucking years. So I think, if anything, Tyler, the creator, is the embodiment or a really good example for people to just keep going. And it definitely inspires me, man. I like today, I like doing the music reactions. I love doing the music reactions, but there are some times where you get on here and you're like, God, like I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like I'm going to have anything to say. You may not be in the right mood. But literally every time I do this, usually I find my groove in the video, but every time I get one accomplished and it's done and I've recorded it and then put it out there, it's like now you're one step closer to reaching your goals. You just got to keep coming. You got to keep showing up. You got to keep refining your craft. I used to probably, if you look at my first music reactions and even some probably here recently, I'm tend to be really critical on myself. I'm like, damn, like that was not fucking good. But when I look back at old videos when I first popped on here, yeah, they were super awkward. And now that I've had so much time with it, like obviously I feel a lot more comfortable on camera, and it's less of me trying to force things and it's more of me just trying to be present and authentic and give you guys my most genuine fucking reaction. To wrap this whole thing up, to kind of go back to this narrative that I've created for my reaction to the song and this music video. I was just talking about Tyler, the Creator, and longevity and how long he's been around. It's actually funny and very fitting that I made this choice, did this reaction, because on, I think it was Friday, I was watching a video on YouTube. Earl Sweatshirt actually just did a 10-year anniversary concert for his album Doris, and that was the first album that he put out, and I think it was released in August of 2013, and I was watching the whole thing. It's about like 40 minutes, and he's bringing out like Domo Genesis, Vince Staples, and then Tyler, the Creator, comes out there and he's performing all these songs that have been around for like 10 years. And it's just this massive celebration for, again, this idea of longevity. The fact that like Earl Sweatshirt, Tyler, the Creator, Frank Ocean, all these guys that, met up and became really good friends, probably back in high school and even maybe before that, are still finding ways to have success. So for one, it was like super inspiring. What I just said, to kind of relate that to my own story of to continue going with the podcast and the YouTube channel, the music reactions. Eventually this shit is going to pay off. But also, man, it made me kind of emotional because, again, like I started listening to these guys, basically 2011, 2012, 2013. And I can remember those times very vividly, being an adolescent and just being awestruck by the type of music that these guys were putting out. And then also the way that they were shifting the culture and the way that they were shifting my mindset and the way that I thought and how I perceived things and how I dealt with reality. These guys are major influences. And again, when I say guys, I'm more so relating to like Mac Miller, Tyler, the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, Vince Staples, Schoolboy Q, Action Bronson. Like, there's probably more that I'm not listing, but they all kind of came to the forefront at that point. And so when I was watching that YouTube video of them celebrating 10 years of Doris being out by Earl Sweatshirt, which is one of my favorite albums of all time, I couldn't help but get a little bit emotional because anytime, humans are able to reflect and to think back over the last 10 years and how much things have changed. I mean, 10 years ago, I was 16 years old. 10 years has passed. I'm 26. Like, so much has changed in 10 years. And many things should change in 10 years. And if things haven't changed in your life over the course of the last 10 years, I would be really fucking worried as a person, because I think one of the main reasons why we are on this earth and the purpose that we serve while we're on this earth is to evolve and to grow and to ascend. And if you are not doing that every single year, trying to get better, well, then what are you doing? You are just taking up space and you are wasting away. I think there's some quote that relates to this idea where it's like, it's a slow and steady suicide if you're not growing, you're not evolving, you're not pushing yourself. And I firmly believe in that idea. So I think I'm gonna leave the video and this reaction with that is keep pushing yourself, keep pushing you guys to grow, and I'm alongside you in that journey. I'm learning every single day. I'm learning every single fucking year. And it also makes me just really amped for the future and what's to come. To think, 10 years, that was the perspective that I was given when I watched that video. But even in the last 5 years, so half of the last decade, I think is where I've really started to make some leaps. 5 years ago would have been 21. That's when I started to get my shit together really on multiple fronts. And the more and more that you try and live in that mindset, of course, as the years go on, you're still going to look for ways to get better. And that's only going to compound on itself as you continue to get better. So if anything, these last 5 years, these last 10 years, it's been an indication of the growth that can be achieved. I'm very happy of that. And I'm also just really excited for how much is going to change in the future as I reach 30 years old, in the next 4 years, which that's bonkers too, to believe that. But anyways, those are my thoughts. That's my reaction. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, please like the videos, please subscribe. If you got any enjoyment out of it, if you liked the reaction, if you agreed with what I had to say, like the video, and then also share the message if it resonated with you. Share it with your friends. And that can be done in a variety of ways. It could be in a conversation. Maybe you're talking to your friend about music and you could be like, hey, I found this really cool music reaction channel. This guy, Poots, he's saying some real shit. Bro, you should go check it out. Or you could share it on social media. That's another way to do it as well. And then also, I appreciate your guys' comments. You guys keep it pretty fucking clean on this channel, and I really appreciate that. I've only had to deal with a few negative people, a few negative comments, but for the most part, it's been super positive over here. I love when you guys put in the comments and encourage me and tell me to keep going and to keep doing these reactions, and you appreciate my insights and what I have to say. It means a lot. Also in the comments, you can also tell me, hey, here's an artist that maybe you haven't heard of. You should go check them out. Just give me any suggestions. And so with those 4 things that I just mentioned, I ask you guys, when you come on here, you watch the video, you get all the way through, please do me one of those 4 things, because that is honestly the best way to put my videos in the YouTube algorithm so this channel can grow, so we can get more viewers, because this is my dream, this is what I'm chasing, and I'm not going to quit until I get there, until this thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger and multiplies. So please do me one of those 4 things. I appreciate you guys so much for the continued support. I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. See you later.